So today we are going to curve maxillary lateral incisor. For that we will be needing this electron curver, divider and a scale. So for the dimensions I will be referring to this book, Willard's Dental Anatomy, Physiology and Occlusion. So the dimension goes like this: the crown length is 9 mm, the root length is 13 mm, and there are all the other dimensions. Now we'll mark the different aspect. Let's say this is the buccal aspect. We'll be denoting it as B. The opposite to buccal aspect will be the lingual aspect, Li. So this one will be the mesial aspect, mark it as M, and opposite to the mesial aspect will be the distal aspect, mark it as B. So the crown length of the maxillary lateral incisor is 9 mm, so we'll be taking 9 mm, a little more than that, 9.5. The extra wax, we'll be removing the extra wax during the polishing and smoothing process. So now let's mark the crown. This is how we're going to mark the crown. So crown length is done. Now we'll be taking the mesodistal diameter of the crown, and it is 6.5, so we'll be taking 7. So this is 7. Well, this is at the crown, so mesiodistal, this is the mesio, this is the distal. So this is the mesiodistal. At crown it is 6.5, we are taking 7. Same goes for the opposite surface. Okay, now let's take the mesiodistal diameter at cervix, which is 5, so we'll be taking 5.5. Okay, so this is 5.5. We should mark it in such a way that we leave equal portion from the both sides. Okay, so now we'll be joining this 2 point. Wait, let me show. So these 2 point we have marked, this one and this one, this one and this one. Same goes for the opposite side also. So this is how we mark it. Let's do the same for the opposite side. That's done for the opposite side also. So now we'll be removing the extra wax in this way. We'll start removing the edges first. From all the 4 edges. So after removing the edges, we'll go for the surface in this manner. Be careful to not exit the line we marked. Do the same for the opposite side also. Okay, so after removing the extra wax, we'll keep some long strokes in this manner to get a smooth surface. You can just put it on a surface and go with the long strokes. Okay, so it's like a trapezoid. Now we'll be marking the buccolingual dimension. Buccolingual dimension at the dimension, that means the diameter at the cervix, is 5. So we'll be taking little more than 5, 5.5. No, this is 5.5. This is at the cervix. Mark it, leaving equal amount of wax on the other side. Okay, so we have the marking. The mark at the center, just midpoint. Midpoint actually refers to the incisor ledge. Now divide the buccal aspect into 3 equal portions like this. This part will make, well, this last 1/3 will make the cingulum, and we have to carve off the remaining 2/3 portion, giving it a convex surface. So first remove the first 1/3, then half of the second 1/3 this way, joining up to the midline, the midpoint. Now to make this surface convex, now it's a plane surface. To make it convex, you have to cut the wax in this manner, so it turns out convex. For that, hold the curver in this manner. Keep the curver as support with your thumb, and while curving, you just rotate the curver in clockwise manner. In this way, this is how we get a smooth convex surface. Okay, so this is no longer a plane surface; it's a convex surface. So after that, we have already marked the mesodistal diameter at surface, which is this point. Like if I can show, these are the 2 points. So we have to remove this extra wax from the other side. For that, we start with the edges this way. Apply some strokes to round the cingulum, round of the cingulum. It should not contain any sharp edges, so we'll be rounding off it. So our lingual surface is done. We'll go for the buccal surface. Buccal surface is a concave surface. It will be something like this. So you can draw a outline. So for making the surface concave, we'll be cutting this edge in this manner, following the midline. So after doing that, we'll go with long strokes to remove the remaining wax. So it's nearly done. So the outline is done. We got a convex surface on the lingual aspect and a concave on the buccal aspect. So now we got some edges. This edge, this edge, this one. This edge should not be present, so we'll apply some stroke to round it off in this manner. The crown is done. Now we'll be dealing with the lingual fossa. Lingual fossa of maxillary lateral incisor is triangular. Distal incisor edge is not this sharp, so we have to make it a little blunt in this way. Now we'll go for the root. Root is 13 mm. So this is 13 mm. This is how we mark the root. For roots, start with the edges in this manner. The root is also conical. The root is more or less done, so now we'll be applying some strokes all up to the crown. Removing some extra wax from the crown would not disturb the dimension because we have already taken 0.5 mm greater while taking every dimensions. So after that we'll be polishing it, smoothing it by applying this round end of the by rubbing with this round end of the curver in this manner. Be careful not to break the root from the base. So the curving is done. Now we'll have to do the cervical line. The cervical line has a curvature on both mesial and distal aspect. In mesial aspect it is about 3 mm. The curvature on distal aspect it is 2 mm. So let's take 3 mm. So we're taking 3 mm. This is the distal aspect. From the cervix we'll be marking this 3 mm. And 2 mm for the, sorry, it was for mesial aspect. 3 mm was for mesial aspect, we'll be marking 3 mm. And the curvature for distal aspect is 2 mm. So this is 2 mm. So after marking the curvature point with the divider, with the point end of the divider, we'll be drawing the mesial curvature and distal curvature in this manner. In both the buccal and lingual aspect, the cervical line is more or less U-shaped. The curving is completed. Now we'll make it really shiny by rubbing the surfaces with cotton. Don't hold the teeth from the base during this process, otherwise you're going to break it. Hold it from the crown or the cervical portion. So this is how a maxillary lateral incisor look like. Well, this is how the maxillary lateral incisor looks like. This is the lingual aspect, this is the buccal aspect, this is the distal aspect, and this is the mesial aspect.